All right, so it's Colin from Lost Pilot here, and today we got the chance to do an interview with Swavay. If you haven't heard of him, I'm going to link all of his stuff down below, but you really got to check him out, I promise you. My guy's up next for sure. All right, so with all that said, for the people who don't know who you are, can you give us a little background on yourself?
Well, I'm Swavay. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Atlanta. Currently signed to Metro Boomin's label, Boominati.
Yes, sir.
I guess you could say I am a lyricist, if people are still into that type of shit.
100%. I'd completely categorize you as a lyricist. Your music is definitely out of the ordinary.
Man, thank you, bro. What else can I say, man? I don't even know how to really introduce myself.
Yeah. All right, well,
I don't know.
We can move on to the next question here. So what was your childhood like? Were you, like, getting in trouble as a kid, or were you living a pretty normal lifestyle?
Man, you know what? Honestly, bro, like, I really didn't get into trouble too much.
Yep.
I was always the kid that, like, did the bad shit, but never got caught.
Oh, so you were sly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? But, I definitely got into a little bit of shit here and
Yeah.
there, but, you know,
For sure.
that comes from growing up, bro.
Yep. Were you always interested in rap, or, like, was there any other genres that you were listening to growing up?
Man, to be honest, I always pretty much was into rap music, man.
Yeah.
I just kind of took a natural gravitating force towards rap, man. But I mean, I think you can kind of hear it in some of my music now. I've definitely always been like into more than just rap. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm an R&B guy. Like I grew up on a lot of rock music as well, alternative pop, like especially. So
yeah, I feel you on that. Who were you listening to when you were growing up?
Well, it's funny because like the first person that ever made me want to rap was Lil Bow Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He was a kid, bro, and like, you know, just seeing another kid rap, you know what I'm saying? That was like, he looked as if he was my age, you know?
Yeah.
That shit was like crazy to me.
Yeah.
But like, definitely him.
Yeah.
Definitely grew up on a lot of G-Funk, like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, DJ Quick, Mac 10. And I definitely grew up on like a lot of Pharrell.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. Yeah.
Was,
when, like, what age did you start like taking music like seriously? Like, okay, I want to start taking this more as like a career path rather than something you were just doing in your free time?
I think it was maybe like around 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend Hadi or Sahad, we just kind of like came together. This one song was like, bro, like we're gonna make it with this rap shit regardless. Whatever we gotta do, we're gonna make it happen.
So you always knew, and you always had the mindset, and you knew you were gonna make it even as a kid.
Yeah, bro. Like honestly, bro. Like I tell a lot of artists too. Like, man, you gotta have that feeling about yourself.
Yep.
I just had a specific feeling about myself that I just knew like it was something about me that was just supposed to make it. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, man.
You just had that feeling, huh?
Yeah, man. Like I can't describe it as anything other than that.
Yeah. Did everyone around you always support you in your music?
Actually, not. Yeah, man. I don't know like what it was about me, but I think the people I surrounded myself with, and, you know, my family, like, definitely understood that I was something with the music.
Yeah.
It was like a natural thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. So, 2 a.m., your most popular song, if I'm correct? I think at least on, like, Spotify and Apple Music.
Yeah, it might be up there. It was up there with this one song I had called Quick Trip.
Yep. So that's a Metro beat, right?
Yeah, man.
So how did you link up with him on that? Did you get to like collaborate with him in the studio, or is that beat just sent to you? Can you run us through that?
Well, with that song, well, I mean, you know, me and Metro have made like a lot of songs.
Yeah. How long how long you been working with him?
Man, I met Metro, let's say, right before they put out the Double or Nothing project with him.
Yeah.
And so I've known him ever since then, whenever that project came out. But yeah, man, with that particular song, bro, like, it was my birthday, and I just told him, like, all I want for my birthday is, for us to lock in and get some work done.
Yeah, for sure.
And he was like, that's easy, you know what I'm saying? So we did that record, we did another one. But it was just something about 2 a.m. that just was kind of like there. Like, I just knew, like, oh, this is something, man. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I didn't even think Metro. I don't even think Metro started fucking with it until after it came out, man.
For real.
Yeah, man. For real.
Just like Metro is such a icon. What's it like being in the studio with him? What's he like as a producer?
As a producer, well, I can tell you from like me and him.
Yeah, like your experience with him.
Me and him, usually what happens is he'll play a beat. Or I'll go in there, we dap up, we talk, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit. He starts running through beats if he's not already making one. He's playing beats, and he knows, like, we have a specific look that we give each other. Like we're always kind of, like, feeding off each other.
Yeah.
He'll look at me, he can tell if I'm not feeling something, you know what I'm saying? But if it's something that we both start feeling, you know what I'm saying? It's been times we may run through, like, 10 beats and then get to that one, and we're like, oh, shit, that's the one we're finna get to right now. Yeah, man, it's very natural. It flows easy. I feel like me and Metro have the same mindset for the most part. So,
it sounds like you two really work well together.
Yeah, man. No, when it comes to making music together, bro, like, everything is just so smooth. You know what I'm saying? Working with Metro, like, he's as big of a perfectionist as I am. So, like, sometimes we butt heads, but other than that, like, but. Even then, when we butt heads, like, it's really about the music. Like, it's about how perfect can it be.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good type of arguing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Just to run it back a little bit, I just wanted to touch on what was going on in your life when you made your first song. What made you want to make that first song?
First song ever?
Yeah. Your first song ever dropped.
Oh, man, my first song ever dropped. Oh, man. Well, I have been, like, recording with Sahab for a long time. We would, like, burn mixtapes and shit and pass them out at school and shit. But I think as far as, like, the first song I actually put on the internet, I just remember being in my mom's living room with my homie Mike Mars at the time, and our goal was just, bro, we got to get 1,000 views by the end of the night. Yeah. I think we stayed up till about, like 3 in the morning or some shit. And the song is ass. Like, the song is terrible, bro. Yeah. Song is terrible. Like, but I just remember getting that 1,000 views like a day. And I was like, oh shit, like, this is definitely for me. Like, can't nobody tell me shit. 1,000 motherfuckers. Yeah.
Like, you thought, like, you thought that was the shit at the time.
Yeah, like 1,000 views now is kind of like whatever, but at the time,
at the time,
bro, that was crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was definitely going through my head, man. And I was just like, bro, I need to keep doing this. There's nothing else I'm supposed to be doing other than rap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So you're, like you said before, you're signed to Boominati. For the people who don't know, that's Metro Boomin's label. Are you the first artist signed to Boominati? So how did that conversation go down where you were signed? Can you run us through that?
The first day we met each other.
So he was rocking with you for the first day?
The first day. He had found the Quick Trip video I did on Twitter. Yep. And then we had DM'd each other back and forth. I sent him some music. Mm-hmm. I think like 2 days after that, we linked up in the studio. And I thought I was just pulling up to sit in on a session. But it was just me, him, and my homie David Morse that I had. And we're just sitting there talking for like at least an hour. And then he was like, bro, like, I want you to be the first artist I signed to Boominati, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, fuck, like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
I specifically remember seeing the tweet that was like, Metro Boomin starts his own label, and I was like, damn, that would be crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember when he launched Boominati.
Yeah, so to hear him say that, it was kind of like, bro, I honestly knew when I was pulling up, like, I was gonna be in Boominati. Like, there was no way.
You just had that mindset.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it was crazy, bro. From there, we got the ball rolling. That first day, I met him at maybe like 6 p.m. Like, I didn't leave till like, I think it was like 6 or 7, 8 a.m. the next day.
Just grinding all night.
Type shit, yeah, man.
Yeah. What is one thing you know as an artist now that you wish you knew when you were first starting out?
If I can be quite honest with you, I think that one thing I know now is that things really don't happen organically.
Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds, like, I know that's kind of negative to say, but, like, man, it's the truth. Like, man, shit in the industry, man, how shit works is shit is always kind of put in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It didn't just stumble there. Like, things don't just happen. You know what I'm saying? When things just happen, that's like a 1 in a million type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything else though is just kind of like, nigga, this was set up for me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. All right, let's talk about Pure Infinity, your latest tape. Can we get some? What's the meaning behind that name?
So, the pure part comes from me not wanting to hide behind like any musical insecurities. Just kind of like the purest version of myself, whether it was subject matter or if people didn't think I was the best rapper or people didn't think I was the best singer, like whatever. I was just gonna be the purest version of myself and just transparent as possible. And then the infinity part, I really got from Eminem's first project. Is called Infinite.
Yep.
And, it was dropped on my birthday, like at the same time, like the exact moment it came out is the same moment. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so I always loved that project, and then the infinity part came from just wanted to make music that lasted a lifetime. Yeah. Like, I feel like a lot of music comes out today, and it's gone tomorrow.
100%.
And I wanted to make music that could at least hold on to people for at least a couple years, if not forever.
Do you have a favorite song on the project?
It changes every day.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I started listening to the project like as a listener, like when it came out, and I think right now I'll say my favorite song is Second Childhood, man.
Yeah. Can you just describe the importance of putting out a whole album just rather than just dropping singles? Some artists like to just drop singles and others like to drop albums. Can you just elaborate on that a little bit?
I think it's honestly just the artist's taste and like how they move. Like a nigga like Blueface, or even like somebody like G-Eazy or whoever, you know what I'm saying? They can really put out singles forever.
Yeah.
And be popping,
all day.
Myself, like I think I'm a project guy. I'm a concept guy. Like I like bodies of work. You know what I'm saying? So, and I record a lot. So there was no way I was gonna be able to just put out song after song after song without just being like, you know what? Let me just put together a project with a concept, meaning behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I feel you on that. How did you get? So I know that you linked with Metro a few years back, but how did you establish? Was he sort of the one that sort of helped establish your career, or was your career sort of already popping before that? Can you just talk a little bit about that?
I wouldn't say my career was kind of popping before that, but it was definitely. I was definitely on the rise. Like I was definitely doing a whole bunch of things that kind of just landed me in that position. Now I was known around the city, like I had fans a little bit, but now it's kind of like I check my Instagram and it's like, oh shit, like 200 new fans a day, 300 new fans a day type shit. Crazy shit. I definitely wouldn't say like he made my career. I would definitely I definitely want to say that too because I get a lot of comments saying like I'm an industry plant.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Now a lot of people just they don't do the research.
A lot of people just like to hate.
Yeah, man. And I've been around for a while, man. I've got maybe like 10 mixtapes out on that. I love the shit, but I definitely would say Metro really just enhanced my career and definitely put me in the right places where I needed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So why should people care about Swavay? What makes your music different from everybody else's?
I think in the climate of music, especially hip hop we're in right now, I think everything's very untimeless. Like it's very trendy. It's there's no longevity in it. I think my music, along with artists like fucking Jid or Boogie, you know, like there's a new wave of artists that are, you know, incorporating longevity and lyricism back into music. And I'm a younger guy, like I'm 22, like you know, and I'm from Atlanta, so like I have there's elements in me, like, you know, I have trap elements, like I have, you know what I'm saying, like I'm fucking signed to Metro Boom,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I think why people should listen to my music, man, is just I think that if I'm taking a step outside of who I am, I think that Swavay is somebody who, at first listen, when you listen to it, you can tell this is somebody who gives a fuck about the music, gives a fuck about what he's saying, gives a fuck about the message.
Yep.
I'm saying all of that, and I definitely, it's musical. It's not one dimensional. It's a lot of things, man. I think, especially with Pure Infinity, a lot of people can find themselves in that project. Like there may be maybe one or two songs where you can be like, oh shit, this is something for me. Like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, when I first heard your music, I personally gravitated just because, like, I wouldn't say the music industry is stagnant with sound right now. I mean, you can argue that sort of everything is starting to sound the same, but just like I think everybody's gravitating towards you just because of your lyricism and just like how different that is nowadays compared to like a few years back when that was the norm. Like you're sort of like a new taste of hip hop that I think people are really, really liking.
Thank you, bro.
And last question is, what's on your horizon musically for 2019? What can we expect from Swavay?
No, I don't want to spill the beans too
Yeah,
much.
I know you can't talk too much, but
definitely there's definitely some music on the way. The only one I'll spill the beans about, I think everybody that kind of knows me knows that me and James Blake have been working on something really special.
Okay.
So I think that me and James may have something very, very soon. Other than that, for 2019, I don't know, man. I'm kind of off the music.
Yeah.
But I've been working on this project for like 3 years.
Yeah,
so
you finally get a break.
Yeah, man. I'm not in any rush to, you know, jump in anything. But no, me and James definitely have something that we started that we definitely need to finish and definitely needs to come out. So.
All right. So that's going to conclude our interview. I'm going to drop Swavay's newest album, Pure Infinity, down below. It's full of fire. Definitely go check it out. And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, man.